Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new release from RoseCraft blades, and when I say release I mean re-release. This is one they've done originally. We had it in the dragon scale in the bourbon bone or bourbon, and now then we had it in the yellow and red sandalwood, and now they've released it in stag, and this thing is phenomenal. Now I've had this knife maybe 2-3 weeks. Went to Blade Show Texas, didn't get a chance to do a video of it, so apologies for that, but I'm bringing it to you now. Comes in the traditional style RoseCraft box with craft paper, their logo on the front here. We make knives for people who love knives, RoseCraft blades on either side. Barcode on the back, you can see we've got RoseCraft Loosahatchie Jack RCT010-STG for the Stag, and of course this is a product of China. And then you get that model number on the back as well. And this was made available at Blade Show Texas for early release, and then it was released on the 11th right after Blade Show Texas. But this is their Blade Show sticker. Really cool design. It's like a license plate. You've got RoseCraft, you've got the Lone Star State, the outline of Texas. You can see you've got Blade Show up here. There's a nice little thing for Andy to do to promote for Blade Show as well. But let's pop that away and take a look at the knife. Here it is. Look at that. This is in genuine stag, and I believe it's red deer stag, I believe Andy said, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love what they've done with it. They've managed to round all these pins off super smooth. Even though this stag is quite knobbly, you can see it's not flat, but they've managed to get those pins done beautifully well, which are nickel silver. Of course, you've got the stainless bolsters integral with the liners all the way down the back, and they are lined on either side of the knife. No pinching, and very slightly rounded bolster at the top here, but I would go ahead and say that's more squared off. You can see that beautiful stag on the back as well, and it's nicely matched, sort of even thickness on both sides, and that's what I really like if I'm going to have some sort of knobbly stag. You can see you've got the nice natural groove through the middle here. Transitions are perfect where it's been sort of filed down to match the bolster. You see that knobbly stag on the front there as well. Now, Andy and RoseCraft are calling this a jack. For me, I would say this is a Barlow. It's got an elongated bolster, about the same really as an Arthur Wright bolster. But I mean, they're calling it a jack, so we'll call it a jack for the purpose of the video. But again, stainless steel spring. You can see you've got the integral stainless liners and bolsters as well. Absolutely perfect fit and finish. Right the way down, centering, bang on. Right down the middle there, you can see absolutely fantastic job. Hafting is great on this. I can't feel any sharp edges. The back of the tang has been rounded over ever so slightly, just so it's not sharp, but not so much that when you open it up you can see gaps where the meetup is. We have a long pull on here to open the blade into the half stop position, and you can see the spring is flush in that half top position as well, which is great. Look at that on there. You can see Andy Armstrong's maker's mark, D2 steel, and the model number, which again is RCT010-STG. And then on the front we have the RoseCraft tang stamp, and you've got a bit of a better look excuse me, at that long pull on there as well, with the swedge and that sort of fat in the middle clip point blade. And you can see the edge grind on this is superb on both sides, all the way down, really even. And the action on this, the snap, is phenomenal. Just listen to this. Isn't that beautiful? Easily about a 7 pull. Beautiful clip point blade. Of course, it's going to be a fingerprint magnet with it being sort of a polished satin. And of course, this is D2 steel, so it's not completely stainless. It will rust if you don't look after it, but that's, you know, it's going to take a hell of a lot to that to happen. I've got every single one of the traditional knives from RoseCraft, and I've never had a problem with any of them rusting whatsoever. You can see the meetup on the back here is absolutely beautiful as well. And you can see the thickness of that stag, making this one definitely one of the most comfortable knives in the hand. And with stag over bone, it's going to be a bit tougher as well, so it wouldn't be so much of a problem if you end up dropping it. Not that you really want to do that. But let's take a look at some specs of the knife. So if we pop that there and take a look at the close length, We are just over 3.5 inches closed. The thickness of this then at the widest point with the Stag is, well, just over 1/2 inch, so it's not even that thick of a knife. You can pinch this open as well. Let's take a look at what we've got for the blade length. So it's under 3 inches full length. It's just over 2 3/4, and then we have a cutting edge of pretty much bang on, maybe a little bit shy of 2.5 inches. So it's going to be a very UK friendly knife, and we're not going to have to worry about any sort of laws of this at all. Of course, it's D2 steel, so it's going to last a pretty reasonable amount of time before you need to strop it or even sharpen it. That's one of the things I like about having a traditional knife with a slightly uprated steel. It makes it much more of a user for me. I'm not sort of afraid to hard use it and have to keep sharpening it with a sort of a softer stainless steel or a softer carbon steel. But yeah, the re-release of this is one I'd been waiting for a very long time. When Andy mentioned it was coming, I knew this would be a big hit. So if you haven't picked this one up, I would definitely get on it as soon as possible. Now, if you're in the States, you're able to pick this up with 10% using the code SLIPPY10, and that's on RoseCraftBlades.com. They're also available, if not going to be very soon available, at Heine Haynes here in the UK, and I'm sure a couple of other companies will be having them in stock as well. But this is one you're not going to miss out on. When I was at the show, I was with Mikey from Baldy's Blades and John from Thrifty Kniffy, and they both picked one up in person, and they both love the knife as well. Actually spent some time with Andy, Andy's wife, and Sydney as well. We're at the show with fantastic people, great to hang out with, and you know, they were just super friendly and welcoming. Let us get up to all sorts of nonsense while we were there. Chucked a load of my stickers on his desk to sort of give out to people, stuck some stickers on his laptop, things like that. But yeah, it was a fantastic time. I'm glad I went. Definitely be going back next time. And if I were you, I'd be picking up one of these Loosahatchie jacks in Stag before they disappear, because I can't imagine them being around for long. The Stag is beautiful. But there we go, guys. That is my review of the re-release of the Loosahatchie Stag from RoseCraft Blades. I really hope you enjoyed my review. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.